Hi and welcome to this revision video on direct proportion. It's a GCSE Highe video and will appear on either the calculator or non-calculator paper, but more likely calculator. This video is going to show you how to calculate direct proportion. We're going to have a test yourself question at the end where you can pause the video and have a go yourself, and at the end there'll be some revision card notes for you to write down to add to your collection. Okay, what we're talking about in terms of proportionality is that the idea is that something can be proportional to something else. So y can be proportional to x. The way that that's written is using this strange fish symbol. Y is proportional to x. Equally, we can say that y is proportional to x squared. It just means the same as y varies as x is squared. Here, y is varied as x is squared, or y is proportional to the square of x, y varies directly as x is squared. These all mean the same things. Equally, we could see a graph that shows something like this. It's just showing that y increases as x is squared. Y varies to x. Here's your x-axis and your y-axis. They all mean the same thing. Let's look at a typical example then. In this example it says the energy of a moving body E is proportional to the square of its speed. E is proportional to the square of its speed. E is proportional to s squared. If a body has 90 units of energy when it's moving at 3 meters per second, calculate some various stuff. Now you'll see I've already written down the first part. E is proportional to s squared. What we need to work out is by how much it's proportional. This is our constant of proportionality that we're going to try and work out. We can convert E fish s squared, or E looks like a fish s squared, E is proportional to s squared, into something that looks more mathematical. We can say E equals ks squared, where k is our constant of proportionality. Here's k, our constant of proportionality. This is what we're interested in. Let's see if we can use the numbers in the question to work out k. It says if a body has 90 units of energy, so E is 90, then when it is moving at 3 meters per second, then calculate. So 3 meters per second, s, that's this part here, that's our speed, so multiplied by 3 squared. 90 equals 9k, k must be 10. So we now know that our constant of proportionality is 10. Let's rewrite our first equation here, our first formula, with k is equal to 10. We now know that E equals 10s squared. Okay, we've got this. We're going to use this when we're dealing with the rest of the question. Okay, the rest of the question says, part A, how many units of energy has it has at a speed of 8 meters per second? How many units of energy it has at a speed of 8 meters per second? Okay, so we're trying to work out E. Well, we know that E equals 10s squared. 10 times, well, the speed is 8. 8 squared. E equals 10 times 64. E equals 640. And our energy was in units. It doesn't really say what the units are, so I'm going to leave it as 640. Okay, next, part B. This was part A. Let's have a look at part B, and we'll do up here. Part B says the speed of a body with 810 units of energy. So 810 equals 10 multiplied by s squared. So 810 divided by 10 equals s squared. 81 equals s squared. That must mean that s is equal to 9. 9, this is going to be meters per second. Meters per second. Okay, done. So notice that what we've done in this example is we've started off just reading the question and writing down a formula. We ended up doing quite a lot of work before we even got to part A and part B, but we managed to work it out. Let's have a look at another example. The next example here says, given that y varies directly to x squared, and if y equals 12 when x equals 2, calculate. Some stuff, it looks like something to do with a moving object, but that's okay. Let's see if we can work it out. If you're happy to have a go, pause it, have a go, otherwise I'm going to do it for you. Okay, so given that y varies directly to x squared, y varies to x squared. Okay, what else does it say? If y is 12, when x equals 2. Okay, so y is proportional to x squared. Y equals k x squared. When y is 12, 12 equals k multiplied by 2 squared. 12 equals 4k. That means that k is 3. So I have a new formula that I'm going to use, which is going to be this. Y equals 3x squared. I've changed my k for 3 because I know that k is 3. Now I can have a look at part A. Part A says, the value of y when x equals 5. Well, y equals 3x squared. If x is 5, y equals 3 times 5 squared. Y equals 3 times 25, y equals 75. Done. Notice I did something here that I just want to point out to you. It was 3x squared. That meant 3 times 5 squared. Not 3 times 5 and then square it. Okay, next part is the value of x when y equals 48. So the value of x when y equals 48. Let's start with my formula. Y equals 3x squared. I know that y is 48, so 48 equals 3x squared. Divide both sides by 3. 16 equals x squared. That means that x is 4. Done. Okay, in this question, I want you to have a go by yourself. I want you to pause the video, read the question, see what you can do, and I will go through it in a second. Okay, in this one then, we need to start off by writing v is proportional to the square of its mass m squared. V equals km squared. Let's put some numbers in. If we're down with a mass of 5, it's valued at £100, so 100 equals k times 5 squared. 100 equals 25k. K equals 4. Let's substitute this into our formula. So we've got a new formula. V equals 4m squared. We can use that then to work out the rest of the questions. Part A, the value of a diamond with a mass of 20 grams. So V equals 4 times 20 squared. V equals 4 times 400. V equals £1,600. The last part, the mass of a diamond with a value of £2,500, is doing it the opposite way round. So here we're going to have 2,500 equals 4 times m squared. 2,500 divided by 4. Let's do that on my calculator. 2,500 divided by 4 gives me 625. 625 equals m squared. Square root 625. And I get 25. M equals 25. So that'll be grams. Okay, hopefully you got that right. If you want to start card notes now, here we go. Here are the revision card notes. the stuff I've already typed up on the right hand side you can write down. The key parts to direct proportion are y is proportional to x, or even x squared if it's squared, or even cubed. You can get cubed questions here. Y equals kx, then you need to work out your k. Hopefully you found this video useful. I'm going to do another one on inverse proportion, so you can watch that too. Good luck, and hope you do well in your exams.